they don't name it, even though they don't know it.
Yeah, but don't they need to know the name of Jesus Christ?
You're showing them there's more in this world than just meanness and selfishness and narcissism and anger. There are kind people, there are caring people, and you are giving them an openness to messages that they might hear about Jesus Christ, I think. That's why I believe it is. And
Yeah, that might be true.
needed, and write that on the end of his letter, DV. It irritated me when I was young, being too pious. Now I'm doing it myself.
Yeah, you're starting to kind of mellow out in your old age, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess.
See, the problem I see,
What
and I asked them for a little money, and they, they helped me out.
yeah, you sent me that. That gets the Hines.
No, I mean, where does he live now?
I don't really know.
You don't
It
know?
seems like he lives in the surgery, and
You were with him at the time?
yeah, started pulling on it.
Oh, made it worse?
Oh, well, he couldn't pull very much because Woody was in such terrible pain. Children's hospital to have surgery. I don't know if you ever saw the big scar on his arm.
No, I never saw it.
Big scar on his right arm. Great big scar.
She had her little... Tell me about the train. Tell me about the red car.
Well, do you know where the red car station is?
Yeah.
It's still there, right on Bellflower. It's all boarded up on Bellflower and, I don't know, right by the road, where these railroad tracks go. I hope they do something nice with it, but that's where the red cars usually used to come, this little train trolley.
Oh.
And we rode them a couple times to Los Angeles with my mother. And
Thank you. All your stories. I read some of them at first, but you started doing them every day.
I know I did.
You know?
This was my grief work.
Well, it seems to me you'd be better off doing preventive work rather than post-active grief work.
Well, he had died, and then it was too late to do anything else.
Yeah, I know, but for other purposes, I suppose.
And I just started every night, practically every night I'd type up a memory
Oh, yeah.
of Woody and me as little kids. And, I started in January. He died January 11th. I started a week or two later. And when I got to December, suddenly I realized I was finished. Something had felt completed, but I'd written about 100 of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I haven't looked at them all. I put them all together once.
And there's every little anecdote I could remember of stuff we did together. Mostly trouble we got into.
Yeah, I saw the one about smoking in the at the church or something, picking up cigarette butts and smoking them.
I may not have sent them all to you.
That was nice to know. I mean, I always thought you were like this sort of prohibitionist type personality. It's nice to see you had a little bit of spunk in you.
No, we did a lot of things that were crossing the border and crossing the line, and we got in trouble once in a while. Of course,
Well, I mean, smoking was not that big a deal back then. It wasn't doing it.
It was for kids. It was for kids in our family. But in general, you're right. Everybody smoked.
Yeah.
Everybody. Not women, but men. Women didn't smoke at all, but every guy smoked.
Yeah, and drinking wasn't. I mean, you could drink. Well, 18. They probably didn't even have a drinking age up until.
Well, see, drinking in the Christian Reformed Church, there are 3 prohibitions: card playing, movie going, and dancing.
Yeah.
Card playing, movie going, and dancing. And we didn't do any of those. And we didn't Of course, when we got to Holland, then okay, I think the first time I drank beer was in Wisconsin with my cousin Cyburn.
Oh yeah.
After a softball game. I was about 13 years old, and we went to a tavern in a little town, and they served us all beer. They didn't ask us. There was a beer in front of me.
Yeah.
And okay, and it had a unique taste. And occasionally, throughout my life, I would drink some beer, and it would have that taste again, and it would immediately refer me back to my first beer in Wisconsin when I thought it was terrible. Terrible to taste. Not supposed to be doing it.
That's too bad that the CRC puts so much emphasis on all these rules about religion. I think that sort of takes away from the. I mean, Mao thinks drinking and smoking are just they're irrelevant to God. God really doesn't care that much about that stuff, unless you're abusing it, of course. But apart from that, I mean,
I think he's right, don't you?
yeah, I mean, I don't think it should be the major thing you're known about for your faith is whether
Well,
you
what about
Did you want to eat this
drink
with
or
a
smoke
fork
or
like a
dance.
sandwich?
I like the sandwich, but bring me a fork too, please. But, how about dancing and card playing?
It's just a matter of moderation. I don't think it should be, if it becomes a problem, yeah. But it shouldn't be the main thing you talk about or think about when you think back about church is whether you're, rules and stuff like that.
I know.
But who's this Uncle Cyburn? I've never even heard of this.
He's your cousin.
Or Cousin Cyburn.
Well, thank you. He was my cousin, and he still is. And
Still is. I figure he is.
Oh,
you mean he's still alive?
Yeah. And he was deep into alcoholism for many years. And then he met a woman after divorcing his wife who shaped him up. And now he's dry.
He lives in Randolph?
He actually lives
Or Fox Lake?
Florida, but he's got a cottage on Fox Lake.
Oh, okay. That's what they were talking about. They said they went fishing there. Megan went fishing there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went through there on the way there this time too.
Did you?
Yeah, I went through there. Every time I drive across that way, I try to go through there and see something about Randolph. Cock Road, or found Cock Road last summer.
Mm-hmm.
Friesland.
Yeah.
I think I saw Jim.
Seymour died.
Yeah, I think I found Seymour's farm.
Really?
Yeah. It's on Friesland Road, isn't it?
It's near Waupun.
Oh, it's closer to Waupun?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe that wasn't it then.
His sister, or one of those little girls, owns a produce shop now on one of those busy roads.
In Waupun?
Not Cock Road. No, on one of the busy highways. She owns a place where you drive in and buy produce.
In Waupun. Or Randolph.
I think it's in the Randolph area.
But the son, isn't Seymour's son named Jim, right?
Mm-hmm. He has two sons. Jim is the one you know. Jim and Sherry and
Rod. Isn't there a Rod?
Could be that older one.
Mm-hmm. The two girls,
We never knew the oldest.
Sherry and
You want the other girl's name? Not Misty.
a lot of their property for housing back in the, whenever, 50s or 60s.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because there are houses now where the high school used to stand.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Oh.
And of course, the 91 freeway wasn't through there. And so that made a radical difference.
What was it, just Artesia Boulevard?
Yeah. Strategic Boulevard.
Hmm.
So it's been, that makes it hard, it's been hard and different for me to come back here because whereas it's exactly the same territory, there's no friends left around because they're all dairy kids and they all moved where the dairies went. And it's not like I was able to connect with old friends at all. And
It's not connecting with them, but you know where you still have sort of a memory of the things. I mean, just going back to Grand Rapids for me, I don't even have to actually connect with people, but I know that I know the area. I know who lived where, who the parents were. You know,
but
there's
see, because
connectedness.
those houses are all still there.
Mm-hmm.
But here, these dairies are all gone. Every
Oh.
one of them's gone.
Yeah.
And all my friends, I mean, literally, I think they were all dairy kids.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So some of them live in Ontario.
I think there's some girls still around. When we went to that class reunion, you knew some of the women.
But they were all married to dairymen.
Class reunion for
But-
6th grade or something.
But you didn't know.
You had an elementary school reunion.
Well, the group that I went through grade school with, they went on to high school and they had their high school reunion, and they invited me to come. So that was,
And
For their
did
fifth-
you remember some of them?
yeah. I remember a lot
Well,
of
they were all
them.
married to dairymen, but you didn't know their husbands at that class reunion.
Many of the times I did not, yeah. Roy Spoolstra was an exception. His dad was a shoemaker.
Hmm.
He fixed shoes. And they were always real poor. But we often slept at their house. And Mr. Spoolstra would often give us haircuts. And when we slept at their house, we would get a haircut from Mr. Spoolstra.
Mm.
And Clark and Roy. Clark was Woody's age, and Roy was my age. Roy was the boy who was sleeping at my house February 22, 1942, when all of a sudden the air raid siren sounded, and then the anti-aircraft guns started shooting, and the searchlights started scanning the sky, and they were shooting at something in the sky, which was a huge, terrible, frightening thing. And Roy Spoolstra was sleeping at my house that night, and we were scared stiff. We got down on our knees in front of the wall heater and prayed.
What were they shooting at?
Well, and it was an unidentified object.
Oh.
And to this day, when that comes up in history and so forth, some claim there never was anything there,
Oh.
that it was a false alarm they were shooting at something that wasn't there. But it was a very frightening experience.
Well, it-
That was
You've
above
seen it on
Bellflower, or
television.
just downtown Los Angeles, or what?
It was right over our heads here.
Oh.
we have seen something on that.
Yeah, Huell Hauser had
Oh,
something.
that's right, Fuel Hauser had
In
it.
fact, I bought it. I've got a videotape of the program he put on. This is a public television. Every night there's Huell Hauser, California's Gold, and he goes somewhere for some tidbit of California history, and he did an evening, a half hour on that air raid, and interviewed some old timers,
Oh, really?
and so I bought the tape if you ever want it. It's a
What
video.
year was that?
1942, February something, 1942.
Oh, after the war had started?
Yeah, after it was during the war.
I saw Ed Arnold yesterday in the strawberry parade at Garden Grove.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Have you ever been to the strawberry festival?
I don't think so. That was yesterday they had the parade?
The strawberry festival was a week-long parade. It was a week-long thing, and then they have a parade on Saturday.
Hmm.
Yeah. That was, 2 days ago, Saturday.
Isn't today Saturday?
Today's Monday. Oh, you've never been to the Garden Grove Strawberry Festival?
No.
Wow. I thought you were the big strawberry man.
Well, you know, they used to have a strawberry patch right there on the corner of Chapman and Euclid.
Oh, yeah.
And I used to stop there all the time. In fact, I knew the owner. In fact, I did his funeral. But now it's all houses.
Well, there's no shortage of places to buy strawberries.
No, it is a nice thing. It's a nice thing here. You can buy those strawberries you can still get them over here by
Yeah.
Cerritos College.
And they got a huge patch right next to Disneyland there.
Yeah.
It's still there. That's probably valuable property.
That is so valuable. It's incredible. I think Disney owns it now. They finally bought it from that Japanese guy.
Oh, they did?
I mean, it was like,
But they're going to let them keep farming it?
I think so. It's like $1 million an acre or more.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's... If you get a restaurant or anything in there, it's guaranteed success.
Yeah. But Disney wanted to own it, and I think they finally were able to persuade him. He said it was a religious thing, spiritual thing.
The land?
His farming vegetables and fruit.
Oh,
And so he still does it apparently, but I'm pretty sure he sold all the land to Disney finally.
yeah, I've stopped and watched them picking strawberries over there a few times.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to be able to do some manual labor like that, just to pick strawberries, you know. We always feel sorry for the immigrants, but it's kind of something nice about it. I mean, I suppose if you're doing it just to make ends meet, it's not so nice, but it's still nice to get out there and do some work with your hands, you know.
There is one historical object that hardly anybody knows about that I know of. If you go south on Brookhurst, I think it's south of the 22 freeway. I don't know if you've ever been down the street. And on one place on the street, there's a huge plow. A plow
A huge plow?
sets there on the west side of the street.
Oh,
It's a plow. You know what a plow?
yeah, I know what a plow is, yeah.
This is ordinarily a plow is about this big that the farmer plows with.
Yeah.
This plow is about 6 feet tall. In other words, it plows 6 feet deep.
Hmm. It's just sitting there in the corner?
The reason they had that plow was they used to raise a lot of alfalfa around here. And alfalfa, once it gets into the ground,
Oh.
it goes way down. And if you're going to get it out of the field, you have to plow. And they did this. This harks back to when I lived here.
Yeah.
They had to get 3 bulldozers to pull a 6-foot plow to turn over the earth to get the
Oh, wow.
Get the alfalfa up out of the ground.
Huh. That was in Anaheim?
Well,
Burkhurst, that's in Anaheim, isn't
it might be
it? Or
Fountain Valley
Buena
or
Park? It's in that area.
yeah, it could be Fountain Valley.
Museum. That gave me a little bit of the history of the Anaheim area. And the growing the oranges. Before they grew oranges, there were a lot of vineyards in Anaheim.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Anaheim wine was pretty well known, but then there was some sort of drought,
Hmm.
and that ended the vineyards,
Hmm.
and that's when they started growing Valencian oranges.
Hmm. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That might have gone even before my time here.
probably. They didn't have that much about Disney at the Anaheim Museum. A little bit, just a little bit about
Where
Disney.
is the Anaheim Museum?
It's right next to, right around the corner from Disney on Ice, downtown Anaheim.
Hmm.
Harbor, if you take Harbor off of the 5 and head towards,
Head north?
head away from Disneyland.
Hmm.
You know, if you take Harbor goes, one way goes towards Disneyland, the
Yeah.
other way goes towards, there's the Disney on Ice there, that's where the Ducks practice.
Really?
Yeah. And that's where the Civic Center is, Anaheim Civic Center. And there's a little museum, it used to be a library. It's right there on the corner. They don't have much, they have a little art gallery and a little bit of the history of the area.
Hmm.
And there's a museum in Tustin too. Tustin History Museum. And there's the Barrows,
Yeah,
Bowers
Bowers.
Museum. I'm a member there.
You are?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a nice museum. I wasn't here back then either, was it?
It was not, no.
But what about like downtown Los Angeles?
Well, we would go there. I remember going there to shop because there were no shopping centers.
Oh,
There were no shopping centers in those days, so if you're going to
no
shop...
skyscrapers.
Pardon?
And no skyscrapers.
There were no skyscrapers either,
Yeah.
no. There were, 3, 4-story buildings.
Right.
But there would be the May Company
Yeah.
and some of those companies, the Sears. I remember going down
Yeah.
to Sears downtown there. But that's where, and so the streets were just humming with people.
Yeah.
Because everybody was down there to shop.
Oh, they all went to shop there.
And there were streetcars.
Hmm.
Streetcars with overhead
Oh, like trolley cars,
trolley cars, yeah.
like they have in San Francisco.
Well, they weren't trolley cars like that. They were streetcars with an overhead power source. So they had an arm
Yeah.
up above them that attached to a electric
Yeah.
source.
That's the way they are in San Francisco.
The San Francisco ones are pulled underground. They're not. They
Some
are
of
not.
them, maybe some of them are pulled above, but
Well, the old-fashioned ones
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking about. The
Okay.
real old-fashioned ones.
yeah. Like Angel's Flight, I guess Angel's Flight, they closed that down now. You remember Angel's Flight?
I've read about it, that some guy got killed on it.
Yeah, they closed it down a few years ago.
But I don't remember that as part
That
of
was
my
just a
life.
tourist thing, though, that they built for an attraction, not the real thing.
There was in Long Beach, of course, there was the Pike.
The Pike.
The Pike was an amusement park, which was right on the beach,
Oh, I remember hearing about that somewhere.
and there was a big roller coaster,
Yeah.
and the legend was that somebody got thrown out of the roller coaster into the ocean. We were never allowed to go to that kind of stuff, though.
Oh, really?
No,
That
no.
was sinful?
We were not. That was worldly.
Worldly amusement?
We were not allowed to go to amusement parks or carnivals or any of that stuff.
Wow. That's interesting. See, my position on that sort of thing now is you use it to learn. You can learn from it. You know, rather than as long as you don't become addicted to it or get taken away from the faith vibe, but you can learn things from interacting with the secular world. You know.
Yeah, I think it's looked at differently now. Of course, everything's different.
Yeah. But wasn't it Hollywood High School? The Hollywood High School was there.
I suppose, but see, we were just little dairy-oriented
Oh, yeah.
peasants down here.
I substitute taught at Hollywood High School a few times. I got all these lists of actors and actresses who went to high school there on the wall. Like Carol Burnett and
Okay.
yeah. A lot of them, I guess, they who grew up there, they just, you know, went right into showbiz.
What are those kids like? Are they pretty?
Those kids are, I mean, it's not, I don't think it's a celebrity, the celebrities don't send their kids there anymore. That was back then, you know. I mean, I guess if, it's just mostly, you know, immigrants there. Most of them are just really, just like probably the way some of you kids were, you know, Dutch immigrants.
Yeah.
They're from, a lot of them from Armenians.
Really? Sure.
And all over the place, you know, but yeah, you know, you got your fair share of Latinos. Probably some of them go into showbiz, but you don't have any of the white kids there. Not too many.
Yeah. The show business families aren't there, huh?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's so hard to say. I mean, it's hard to generalize about that, you know. Any kid can suddenly become a star, you know.
Yeah, sure. That's true.
It really doesn't, I mean, I guess there is an insider track in Hollywood, but
I think there is.
Still a lot of it is just random luck and being in the right place at the right time.
They say there's a million wannabe actors in the Hollywood, Los Angeles area. Most of them are working as waiters and waitresses.
Yeah. But you see, I mean, my position on that now is, I think you're better off not making it in Hollywood, you know? I'm not so sure it's good for,
I think it's
especially the young people,
terrible life.
especially for kids.
Yes, I agree. I think it's a terrible life. We've known some kids who have got little flashes or splashes of
Oh, yeah.
show business, and it didn't do them any good. Did them bad.
But did they have the Hollywood sign back there then?
I think so, yeah.
You can't remember that, though? When did they build that Hollywood sign?
I think it goes way back. I think it was here.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
But you never hiked up there?
No,
I hiked up there once.
you did.
Yeah. But I don't think you can anymore. I think they got some fences around it. But back then, it was about 10 years ago, I hiked all the way up there and you could stand right next to it. Yeah. And then a helicopter came over. I don't know if it was a police helicopter, but they looked like they were checking me out.
I am going up to bed again.
You
I
must
may
be
have to-
feeling sick, huh?
I may have to get a substitute tomorrow.
Need a substitute.
Oh, I just feel
We have one right here.
Did you ever go to the beach?
Yes, but I just have kind of vague memories of that.
You didn't go, what beach did you go to?
Seemed like we went
Seal
to.
Beach?
Seemed like we went to a place where there was tide waters, but that we never went to the beach and went into the waves.
Oh,
See, my mother didn't swim.
she didn't know how to swim?
She didn't know how.
Oh.
And my dad did. But I think they were pretty afraid to expose us to the waves. And so the only times I remember going was we went to plunges. We went to the Anaheim Plunge. That's what I remember.
What's that, like a water hole?
That's a swimming swimming pool.
Mm.
They call it the plunges.
Oh, it's
It's
like
a city. It's in a city park. It's a city. It's a swimming
oh,
pool.
a concrete swimming pool.
Yeah,
Oh,
and you'd pay to get in, and you
Oh.
get your basket. And so that was a huge deal, though, to drive to Anaheim, no freeways,
oh yeah.
down whatever roads. I don't know.
What? Or something.
Well, we had I think we had a 36 Ford and then a 38 Oldsmobile. A 1938 Oldsmobile is the car I remember because we had it, and it's the car we drove cross country in moving to Michigan
Oh yeah.
in our 38 Oldsmobile.
Yeah.
So most of my memories, there aren't very many ocean memories. They're mountains and swimming pools and parks.
Yeah, I saw that picture of the swimming pool. It must have been your backyard swimming pool. You had a little
Yeah,
diving board, a wood board or something,
yeah,
in a pool that looked like about 2 inches deep.
yeah. It was about
2 feet.
not 2 feet, 1 foot deep.
And they let you dive into it.
No, it wouldn't dive into it. You
You
jump
just
in.
sort of jump, huh?
Yeah, you know, it was
That was at the house at First CRC?
yeah.
Oh. Hmm.
It was very poorly built. The drainage was lousy, and so it really was a.
Drainage. You had actually drainage for it?
Well, it had you put in a plug in the bottom, and you fill it with water,
Oh.
and then you pull the plug out when you drained, and the thing take a week to drain. So whoever built it or whatever, it was not.
No, it was actually built by somebody. It looked like you just sort of, built it yourself, put it together. And
No, we didn't. No, it was there when we moved there.
Oh.
Somebody had built it as a place for the.
I mean, it wasn't much bigger than a sandbox, was it?
No, it was.
It was like a kiddie's wading pool or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a kiddie waiting pool type thing.
Oh, okay.
But then when we were a little older, we would take our bikes to the Downey Plunge.
Oh,
That was the only other place we swam.
oh, okay.
The Downey Plunge and the Anaheim Plunge. The other kind of interesting place was the ice skating rink in Paramount.
Oh, okay.
It's still, it's the place where this guy who owned it, what's his name? What is that machine that scrapes the ice?
The one who owned it?
He's the one who owned it, and it was in that
The one
place.
they use at all the ice skating rinks.
Yeah.
Almost. Universal.
And he
yeah.
still lives in Paramount,
Oh, does he?
and he has a factory there where they create these machines.
Oh,
What do they call those things?
yeah. I haven't seen it in a long time.
The machine is called the guy's name.
All right.
Seattle.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize Valerie Rubing lived right here in Buena Park. Does she still live here?
Yeah.
'Cause I went by, I was looking at, I was in Colorado Springs and I looked up the Rubing's house there. I just found their address and drove by. And Kevin Rubing lives there in Colorado Springs too.
He lives there?
Yeah, according to the directory, Calvin directory.
Huh.
When I go through these places, I just, I look for names that I know of or try to remember, and I look them up and usually just drive by the house. And well, I was doing that last summer. I just wanted to, get oriented to see where people were living and stuff. And so, like, I was in Colorado Springs and found Eugene's house, Kevin's house.
Hmm.
And because I have this thing, I can I don't have to buy a map every time I go into a new town. I can put an address in on here.
Really?
I can tell them where I am, where my location is. Let's say, what city are you in? what street or intersection. I tell them that, and I say, where do you want to, it says, where do you want to go? And I'll tell them the exact address.
Wow.
And they'll tell me the exact,
Wow.
you know, it'll say, go 0.3 miles this way, take a right on what street. It'll even know where the one-way streets are, so you don't have to, it'll give you the roundabout way to get there, you know.
Amazing.
Yeah. So it's a whole new way of finding out where people live. I mean, normally you'd have to buy a map or call them and say, how do I get to your house? Or
Yeah.
and I was filming, all over it. I didn't have time to stop in and say hello to everybody, and just say a quick hi, because the quick hi turns into a day or two or more, if you're going to be sociable. And of course, sometimes they feel obliged to be sociable and they don't really want you there, so they don't want to do that either. So I just go by the house. Sometimes I drop a note, say hello, or sometimes I write a letter and say I was there. Just keeping in touch, And that's when I saw the Rubings house, and I was in New Jersey. I saw David Englard's house. David Englard Jr.
Yeah. His dad's got a brain tumor.
Yeah, I've heard that. Well, what was Judy Gazano's out here?
She lives out here.
She lives out here. Where?
Carlsbad.
Really?
Yeah.
She's retired?
Yeah.
She lives alone?
Yep.
Or does she get remarried?
She lives alone.
Yeah, see, I sent a letter to Judy and Bob. I don't think I sent one to Ben, though. Bob Gazan. Does he still live in Grand Rapids?
Mm-hmm.
I forget what I wrote to him about. I think I just said hello or something. Because it started to come back, things started coming back to me some time a few years ago, and I started getting all this sort of flashbacks to people that I remembered from these, family things we had together and stuff. And suddenly I felt a real strong need to at least communicate with them. I don't even know if they got the letters, if if the directory is still correct or not, but...
A lot of them have moved, of course.
But, just writing something and sending it seems to help.
Yes, I think that's a nice thing to do.
See, I did that with the Hyans. I stopped at Greg Hyans' house when I was driving for Kevin.
Did you?
Yeah.
You didn't talk to him, though, did you?
No, I dropped a letter in his mailbox and said hello.
Oh.
I said, things are changing. Things are getting better. Because, I have a real strong feeling of organic connection with, like him, he's the only one I really know from first CRC anymore. He was my same age. He was in my class, and Sunday school. And
You didn't have a big group.
we didn't have a big group. I mean, it was just Heinen and Doug Costers and Mike Van Diepenbos, Mike Verhulst, the adopted boy, the black boy. But Diepenbos, he was out in the Jennison area.
Hmm.
And Mike Verhulst went to Oakdale. So Greg Heinen was really the only one that was probably the closest in terms of the same experiences,
Yeah, and you've
I mean,
done things together as
He
family.
even went to Alger for kindergarten. So I didn't realize that because I didn't remember him until I looked back at some of the pictures. But I mean, in terms of taking the same steps, walking the same path, I mean, we're about almost identical until he left Calvin. I think he went to Calvin for a year, and then he sort of. I don't think he ever got his college degree, but in terms of the same experiences, him and I are pretty almost. We could probably reminisce for a long time about things,
Yeah.
So I'd like to connect with him sometime. But the only way you can do that is at least try to stay in touch in writing. That's Does she like it out here? How long has she been here?
A couple of years. She doesn't stay. This is the first time we've seen her. She's been here 3 years.
No kidding. And you didn't even know she was here?
We knew she was here, but she travels so much to see her kids and other things.
Oh.
This is only the second time we've seen her in 3 years. She goes to an Episcopal church. Likes it.
Yeah, she's sort of a charismatic personality, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
She was very involved at Church of the Servant.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Rhoda, I think she really enjoyed Jack Rhoda.
That's true.
Oh, am I right?
Yeah,
Do they still have that little cottage on the lake there?
they do.
What lake was that?
I don't even remember.
I remember going there a few times.
Yeah, we went there quite a few times.
The dune buggy, I remember the dune buggy.
Mm-hmm. Catching turtles and fishing and
Yeah.
water
Yeah,
skiing. Didn't we water ski or did we do
Yeah, yeah, we water skied. That was when we had the boat out there a few times.
Mhm.
At least once.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. You don't remember what lake that is?
I don't.
That's Judy's cottage, huh? That Bob's?
No, it's still Bob's.
Oh, is it? They still share it?
Well, they still,
Do they still communicate with each other?
yeah, they're friends.
Oh, are they?
Mm-hmm.
But Bob still lives in Grand Rapids? I check the news every hour. Bob still lives in Grand Rapids, though.
Yep.
You don't talk to him at all, huh?
I haven't seen him, no. I think the last time I saw him was at Lisa's or Sarah's wedding 10 years ago.
Oh, you went to Sarah's wedding?
We went to one of the girls' weddings.
Sarah always seems so kind of repressed and never really communicated much at all. I never really got to know her at all.
She's an artist. Now she's into silversmithing.
Yeah.
I don't think she's really she found herself, I think, much later than a lot of kids do.
Yeah, I guess not verbally, though. She's not very verbal about things.
Yeah, it could be.
I mean, she never talked at all during junior high or
Really?
high school. No. I mean, the only thing you get out of her was a hi in passing, you know.
Hmm.
Lisa would talk a lot more. Much more extrovert.
She's a professor of anthropology.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a much more outgoing personality. Pasadena. Tell me a little bit about Pasadena when you were growing up.
Well, it always seemed like a real nice place, and all I knew about it was the Rose Bowl.
Oh yeah. Did they have the Rose Bowl game back then?
Yeah.
You
I think
you
they
didn't go to
can.
that though.
No. Oh, they had the Rose Parade.
Yeah, they had the Rose Parade. But the game came after the parade. No.
Yeah.
The
It's very much
the
like-
the game first and then later the parade.
Oh, I don't know.
they have a Rose Bowl museum up there.
I think the parade came first.
I mean, they had the Rose Bowl. That was probably before the stadium was built, right? They just had they had the. Oh, you didn't even go to it?
No. I remember one time. See, my dad. See the Rose. Oh no, here's the way it was. The Rose Parade was always on New Year's Day, right?
Yeah.
My dad had to preach. We always had New Year's Day morning worship services.
Oh.
So my dad had to
Even if
preach.
it wasn't Sunday, it was just middle of the week or something?
No matter when it was.
Oh.
So we had a church service on New Year's morning. So my dad and mother could never go to the Rose Parade until one time And I
And
assumed,
that was a worldly amusement, wasn't it?
no, it wasn't that.
Oh.
They couldn't go because they had to go to church.
Oh.
But one time, and it must have been that New Year's came on Sunday. Or no. Yeah. That New Year's came on Sunday, and they held the parade on Monday instead. That time, my parents went to the Rose Parade. So that must have been like once in 7 years. We were
Oh,
down-
you went, did you go with them?
No.
Oh, you didn't even go with them? They didn't take you?
Woody got to go. I was too young. Now I remember standing at the. No, they said to me, "No, you can't go. You'll get stepped on. There were so many people there, you'll just get stepped on." And I remember sitting at the window on the couch watching them drive out of the driveway, and Woody got to go with them.
Well, he's only 2 years older than you, isn't
He was a year and 9 months older than me.
he? They didn't have Fuller Seminary up there then?
It may have been just starting. I don't remember when that started.
Oh, you don't?
I think it probably started after World War II. And we left in '46, which was a year after the war ended.
They didn't have the old time gospel hour?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, I remember having...
That was started by the Fuller.
Yeah. And I remember hearing that on the radio. My parents would play it in the house.
Yeah.
But I don't think Fuller started the seminary till maybe a little later in the 40s.
Hmm. So you didn't go around that area too much?
No, not really.
See, I'm more familiar with Pasadena now than I am Belfast.
Oh, by far, I imagine.
Yeah. I mean, when I came out here to California on my own, well, that doesn't hurt me too bad. So far, I mean, doctors say I'm okay and then, except for my neck. And now I don't have my benefits, so I can't go to the chiropractor like I was doing. I gotta work my way back. If I start doing what I was doing, it takes usually about a year before they'll give you the benefits back.
So this has been real costly to you.
Oh yeah. But on the other hand, it's been very. I've gotten a lot of benefits from it. I found a lot of positive things about it in terms of my ministry. Touching base with seeing Julie as a mother and a wife now, it just puts her in a whole different light.
She really cares for you, I know that.
It's kind of strange. I really didn't seem to really have a real significant conversation with them. At least I didn't get very deep,
Well,
Because
they're so busy.
Yeah, I mean, always something with their kids here or that, and
Yeah.
they're running around doing this and that.
That is pretty much par for the course whenever we're there. You don't really sit down for much real talk.
Yeah.
They're a go-go group.
Well, there's just some sort of the dynamics between Kevin and Julie too are kind of antagonistic.
Well, I think, for one thing, Julie's having a hard time forgiving him for this DUI.
Well, yeah, it's really kind of. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. He never gave me an explanation about it. Don't you learn? He didn't learn anything from the first time or the second time.
Well,
I mean, if he's gonna go out drinking, at least sleep in his car or something.
That's alcoholism, though. That's addiction.
Yeah. But I mean, how come they didn't get him on going to AA right away? First time or second time?
Well, I think he did, but then, I think this is over like at least 10 years. And pretty soon you think, at least I do, well, he's not going to go back to that. He won't go back to that. He's cured. No, he's not.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if they're gonna make it together. I mean, he seems to have sort of a tendency to blame people for other things too. You know, I was glad to get out of there before I started getting some irrational finger pointing at me for, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
It's like I get the feeling like he's, sort of swinging wildly in the air, trying to pinpoint the blame on somebody for something. And it seems it might be coming from himself,
Well,
I've been praying for them and hoping for the best for them too.
yeah.
Because I think Julie really wants it to work out more than anything else. It's going to be hard for her if it doesn't.
I feel for those little kids. They're the main sufferers in the long run.
Oh yeah, you can feel it already. You can feel, Megan has felt it. You can see it in her.
Can you?
Mm-hmm. Seems to be like a little bit of combativeness though between her and Julie too. It's like Julie's closer to Larkin than she is to Megan.
Hmm.
And like it seems like Kevin's sort of pulling Megan over to his side, trying to get him, get her to be his pal.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's what I was thinking about. There was some kind of splitting going on. The parents trying to pull the kids to be on one side, to team up.
Mm-hmm.
But then, there's some relationships, some couples like that sort of argumentative style, and so sometimes you think they're actually angry at each other, but sometimes it's just
It's the
way they relate to each other.
That is very true. That's very true.
I mean, Julie started crying one day when I was there, and she was telling me how bad it was, but then, a few hours later, everything's going back to normal, and they're just sort of making do, so I'm not sure if she's just sort of always emotional like that, or if she's being...
It's hard to know if it's as bad as it looks.
Yeah. But I told her she should get a lawyer. She should get her own lawyer. I said, because she said if we get divorced, he's going to get the kids. And I said, what are you talking about? And she said, well, he's got friends in the law system. He'll do something one way or the other to get the kids. And then she said, well, and he's also got this thing, because I went to a psychiatrist. She said she went to a psychiatrist, so she said he would use that against her.
I don't think he has many cards to hold you.
I don't think so. That's what I said. He's got drunk driving 3 times. I mean, but I said that's why you need to have your own lawyer, because if the two of you are at this point where you're starting to, taking notes about each other and you're getting that close to thinking about these kind of things, you need to start getting somebody else to help fight your battles.
That's true.
And she didn't seem to understand that. She's just been sort of getting pushed and pulled around by Kevin. She's not really lining up support for herself. Not just moral support from family, but legal support and other kinds of support, social workers or
Do you think
somebody.
it's that far down the road that that would be necessary?
Seems like there's going to be, well, it's either that or they're going to be, you know, sort of in this combative relationship for the rest of their life, I guess. I don't know.
Hmm.
But I mean, she should be thinking about, even if it's not about divorce, about what if he dies, you know, she should have an attorney or somebody to help her out, you know. She doesn't know anything about taking care of the estate and legal stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't even know how to open her own bank account. She said she tried to open a bank account after this third drunk driving. She tried to open a bank account and somehow Kevin found out about it or something and he got all mad about it.
Well,
I mean,
he should get mad, but she should do it anyway, probably.
Well, yeah, I mean, if he can't, I mean,
She's feeling that insecure about her future.
I would be insecure if this has happened 3 times. You know, you're expecting him to be taking care of things like a man, not like some kind of invalid. She's working full time. I don't know. Teaching full time is tiring work, especially special ed.
And then she drives 40 minutes each way, too.
Yeah. And she's supposed to expected to be the mother and, you know, cook the food and stuff like that. Although she gets out a little earlier than a lot of people. I mean, gets out at 2:30, but it doesn't help to have somebody you're dependent on starting to cave in like that. Sounds to me like Kevin was caving. You know, if he caves too much farther, it's going to be, it's not going to be very pleasant for them to live together, you know. That's why I said you need to have an attorney. You need to develop a relationship with an attorney. So if and when push comes to shove, you have somebody on your side. And you're not calling me or somebody.
At the last minute. Yeah.
You're not calling me, you know, like I got this cell phone call. I have no idea what's happening with their lives for the last 10 years. I have know nothing about any drunk driving with Kevin. Suddenly I just hear about this third drunk driving and that they need a driver. I mean, if they even tell me that, you know, they need to have somebody there closer to them to help them out.
Yeah.
If not an attorney, they should have a social worker
Mm-hmm.
or somebody. But then, you know, she has to start covering up for him too, because it doesn't look good for him in law practice to have alcoholism and a third time drunk driving. That's where you get these problems in these domestic things. They're simultaneously covering up for their partner at the same time while they're
Beating up on them.
yeah. That's why police hate domestic squabbles, because you go there to solve a problem. You know, they call because somebody's abusing somebody. They step in, intervene, try to arrest somebody. And suddenly the other person starts protecting that person. Don't arrest them. Yeah. You know? That's why I started falling between them two. I wasn't sure which way they're going to go here, you know?
Well, it's too hard for us to get involved, so we try to stay on the sidelines. It's too complex, it's too far away, it's too difficult.
Yeah, it's complex. Physically, he's a big fella too.
Yeah.
I hope he's not getting violent.
I've never heard that he was. He gets addicted to TV and reading. And he doesn't notice anything. He doesn't notice to pick up things and keep things neat and clean. That's Julie's biggest gripe that I've heard. He wouldn't notice a pile of crap if he stepped in it.
Oh, really?
That's picking dinners.
Oh.
And it was a place to go to have a chicken dinner. Now in those days, you know, today chicken dinner is it's like the most common food there is. But in those days, a chicken dinner was a deluxe delicacy. And you'd go to Knott's Berry Farm to have a chicken dinner.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But the other thing, do you remember the guy in the jailhouse?
Yeah. They could identify. Oh, yeah.
Okay, my dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he would have, was it Dead-Eye Joe, I think.
Yeah.
He'd have the guy tipped off to who this visiting minister or whoever it was, and they'd go up to the window, and they would just be shocked at how this guy in jail knew their whole story.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
My dad loved to do that. And, so that was really the main memory we had of Knott's Berry Farm was going to I think it was Dead-Eye Joe sitting in the jailhouse and for a chicken dinner. The leader for a treat to us took us to Knott's Berry Farm for dinner. I mean, we were like, I was probably 10 or 11 years old. And, but he had this small car. It did not have a back seat. It was just a front seat, you know, one of these sloping cars.
Yeah.
And a huge trunk. So 3 or 4 boys got in the front seat with him. And the rest of us, about 4 or 5 of us, squeezed into the trunk. And we went from the church, Bellflower First Christian Farm Church, to Knott's Berry Farm, which really wasn't that far, actually. I mean, 10 miles or less, with most of us riding in the trunk of his car. 35 cows on the farm. When they came out here, some of these big dairies had 200 cows. Well, now they have 10, 20,000 cows. They milk round the... And they were good ball players.
Yeah. But
they were the most unlikely looking ball players because you always expected ball players to be young and slim and clean cut, and here were these guys who looked old. They probably weren't, but they all had beards. But this was this religious cult, and I think it died out because I think one of the laws was you weren't allowed to marry.
Oh, no kidding.
So it had a built-in self-defeating quality to it. Excuse me. Central Market. Not only that, and someday I'd like to look into this. One day they rolled a big building onto our schoolyard, and it was a Japanese schoolhouse that they had, I hope, bought and building, but it was and the first building, Bethany Christian